Coming out here today to fish on the Eliminator. Just because the Crappie assault vehicle is out of commission right now, the mission don't stop. We're still on the mission to rid the world of those evil but sure enough tasty crappie. What is happening, YouTube? Here we go, here we go, here we go. You already know what it is. Today is another one of those days that end in Y, so you know that makes it a great day to go fishing. It is Drysdale, and I'm on the water today with Cedric, AKA Big Country.
Good morning.
We back out here on Oconee, and Cedric and I, when we meet? A couple years ago, we talked. This is our first time fishing together. Yes. He got Livescope, folks. He got Livescope. That means you know he's gonna be an addict. So what we out here today is we're gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna let Cedric tell you what our agenda is for today. Are we fishing or are we trying to figure this thing out?
We're out here trying to figure this thing out and do a little fishing too.
But we're gonna catch some fish while we do it. So we're gonna do a Livescope tutorial. We're gonna go over some settings, how we scout, how we find fish, what fish look like on that Livescope when you first see them, and then how to see your jig in that water. So let's see how we do on this episode of Crappie Fishing with Drysdale. Let's go get them. So, a couple things. So your elbow is where we point, right?
Right.
All right. Now, so the first thing I always do when I'm scouting, I stretch this distance all the way out to probably 120, 140 feet.
Right.
So that I can see wherever I'm going, and all I'm doing is I'm gonna just pan this your Livescope to say what's around here.
Right.
I know when you scouting, I like my game turned up because it's gonna give me everything. Right. So I can see there's one tree right there.
Right.
And this grid, some people like the grid on, some people don't. So you see that tree? Yeah. That's all we want to start doing. Is let's start finding these trees, and you'll find them fishing. There's a boom. There are the trees, and let's see if we can find some fish in them trees. Like this one. All right, that tree is 40 feet away. All I'm gonna do is mark this tree. And it's gonna save that waypoint. So I just hit mark, it's on there, yep, and then go back. Yeah, see, this looks like something that's interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that tree too. The other thing that you wanna do with your Livescope, with your unit, go ahead and save your favorites. Now I'm just gonna
save what now?
Save as favorites. Like this is your, if you just press and hold the numbers, it'll save your page as a favorite, so you don't have to do a whole bunch of scrolling. I'm gonna set you up a combo. So your first combo is going to be, so I'm going to the menu, and I'm gonna configure your combinations, and I'm gonna change what they are. So right now this has mapping and bird's eye. So I'm gonna keep your mapping on there, but I'm gonna change your bird's eye to pan optics. So, and then I'm gonna save this as number 2. So that you don't have to do a whole bunch of scrolling.
Right.
Oh, but that's a whole different game right there. This is what we looking for. Yeah, these ain't gonna go nowhere. Those fish right there are 50 feet up, right? So I'm gonna creep up on them. And then what we can do is now for me, I like to zoom in and fish them anywhere from 10 to 20 feet out. And I'll set my screen on 30. And now once you get up on it, turn your gain down. But you see how I just turned your gain down? So when we scouting,
You want it up.
turn it up so you can see everything.
Right.
And then as you get on them, you can clean your screen up by turning your gain down. I'm gonna pitch mine out. A lot of times what I do is I like to pitch it out and then let it pendulum back. And with this braided line, at least with this heavy braided line, a lot of times I can see my line. I might not see my jig, but if I can see my line, I can follow and find my jig. So now, the other thing is like, when I know where the cone is, get a good hard return on where you want to throw. So I'm gonna throw to these fish that's at the top of that.
Right.
I throw parallel with the cone, with the elbow. I don't like to cross it because if you cross it, you won't see. So I'm gonna just flip it out there. And I know now I should see, boom, there I am. I pitched out to 25 feet. And I can watch my jig fall. And that's the frustrating piece. But it ain't frustrating when they get you. It ain't frustrating when they hit you. She gonna keep. There we go.
Got the best teacher in the house.
There we go. You keeping fish today?
I can.
Where you put them at?
Just drop it.
It's a lot of things that be going on at the same time. That you be like, oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to do this. Oh, like right. I'm like, okay, the wind direction is this way. You got to know all of this stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And then you got to say, okay, what's it feel like?
Right. Go ahead.
Like even this there. I noticed that the boat shifted.
Right.
So since the boat shifted,
Now
let's change the view, because now the boat's gonna shift us again. You got to be, oh well, I don't see anything. Well, that's because the boat shifted. You don't ever sit still on the water because the water ain't ever still.
Right.
So again, throw it parallel to the to your cone. And there I am falling at, and I threw that joke out 25 feet, 26, 27 feet. Okay.
Gotta play with it.
Ain't no substitute. There is none. No matter what electronics you got, no matter what bait you use, no matter what scent you put on your bait, no matter what line, rod, anything. Ain't no substitute for time in the water.
I see it falling now.
Yep.
Yeah, I see it falling.
And that's what jig your. Okay, you out there 15 feet.
Too far out.
You good. You can stay it. You are, but pull it back up and do what you just did, and let it pendulum back. Now you're getting into them. You're 10 feet out. They at 5. So do it one more time, and let it pendulum back, and there you go. So you in them now. All right. Fish are not cooperating today, but we finding them. And they just ain't cooperating. We finding them. Yep, if you can't catch them, learn something. Oh, there we go. I got one. That's a nice fish too. Come on here, baby. You feel good. Let's see what you are. Oh my God. Ooh, oh. Did you see that? You see that striper? Whatever it is up there chased him up here.
God,
come on here, baby. I got one.
Hey.
Well, there we go.
You do that. I can't got that.
We ain't catch a bunch of them, folks, but boy, we caught some. The two we got are good fish.
What color you got?
I got the insurrection on right there.
Okay. We call that blue ice.
That's the insurrection.
Is that what you call insurrection?
Yeah, that's the insurrection. And you getting ready to get convicted.
All right. I know I ain't gonna hear the end of this story here.
What's that?
Even though I've been training.
Oh, no.
Still gonna talk about
No, I ain't gonna talk about you. Look, I ain't gonna talk about you because ain't nothing to say.
You done. All right, okay, all right. Here we go.
No, I ain't gonna talk about. Hey, I ain't gonna talk.
Training, I can still be competitive.
I ain't about to talk about you, bro. Hey, it's all learning.
It is.
It's all about learning. And when you done been out here for a little while, and done been playing around with it, then I can talk. You know, you gotta learn the game.
Oh yeah.
And then you know, once you get comfortable with it.
So you felt him bite?
Yeah, I felt him bite.
You weren't looking at the screen.
Oh no. See, most time I don't watch the screen once I know I'm in them.
Yeah.
Or if I know I'm falling into the right place. That joker right there just actually hit me out the blue. I had no idea that I was even sitting in them. It just don't make no sense that these fish are finicky like this, man. They just, why they won't cooperate? All right, YouTube, that's gonna do it for this tutorial episode. We caught a couple fish. They just didn't cooperate like we wanted them to. But anytime you're on the water, if you ain't catching fish, you better be learning something. So hopefully you learned something today, Said.
Yes, sir, I did. I had an awesome time, got a lot of knowledge, and I thank my brother, Mr. Christopher Wee with Drysdale.
There we go. Drysdale, don't you forget it. And thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate everybody who has liked, comments, all of the likes, the comments, and especially those who have taken the time to subscribe. If you have not already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there, along with that bell right there, so that you get notified when I post new videos. Until the next time, folks, remember, the best days to go fishing are the ones that end in Y. Drysdale out.
Cedric, thank you. Bye.
They call him Big Country. Big Country out too.